fly back to LA, practice all week, then come for another early start. So your body clock's way off here. Even if they stayed here, which I don't think they did, but because it's central, that's too far away from here to Philadelphia. That would be ridiculous. So my guess is they've flown back, then they've flown to Philadelphia for a 1 o'clock Eastern start time game. I was thinking, okay, and I played this guy on fantasy thinking he's going to kill it, and Saquon Barkley, and of course he didn't. 50. Yes, this is no mistake. That's why I had to emphasize it when I was talking about the Lions running for that 224 against the Ravens. 54 yards rushing for Saquon Barkley. Yes, 54 yards rushing. They shut him down practically. I mean, the Rams defense shut him down, and they're moving the ball up and down the field on the Eagles in the first half, and this thing looks like it's going to be a blowout here at one point here. And, of course, we know what happened. I'd call it a fluke play. The block field goal goes back for a touchdown, which would have been the game-winning field goal. That being said, very impressive performance here by the Rams. I still got them at number 5 in my Power 5, okay? The Rams will be number 5 in my Power 5. They proved they could play and beat anybody. Need a little help at corner. They may be another team that may make a run out of corner, maybe go up with L'Jarius Sneed here in Tennessee at the trade deadline. I hope they don't give away anybody. I know they gave away Browning today for practically nothing, like a 6th-round pick, but that means never mind, to the Jets or somebody. But anyways, I'm very impressed with them. I'm just impressed with the way they play. I think they're only going to get better. Their defense is really good up front. I like the running game. I like the 1-2 receiver set. Looks like Stafford back is holding up. Check. Coaching. Rams are pretty good. Rams will probably catch the 49ers if the 49ers keep getting these injuries in the NFC West. So I've got the Rams at number 5. Very impressed with this Rams team. Okay? Love what they're doing up front with that defense and Jared Verse and that group here. Okay, number 4. Now, this Detroit team, I know you said, man, you really high on the team that, maybe you're leaning too much into this Monday Night Football. Listen, they scored 38 points at the Baltimore Ravens, and I mentioned earlier, 224 yards rushing. This team, this is in the NFL. This is not college football. They have scored 90 points in 2 games. Yes, the coordinators are fine now. The adjustments have been made. The Detroit Lions have scored 90 points in 2 games. All right? I mentioned the fact that they got 7 sacks on the fastest quarterback in the NFL last night. Looking so much better defensively now that they're healthy up front. They've got the back end with Branch and forgot that other guy's name, that other cornerback. I think his name's Joseph. Either way, they are back to being a legit Super Bowl contender. They may be better in Green Bay at the end. They've got the coach there. I mentioned it last week that Dan Campbell's just a very assertive coach. He gets things done. He gets everything out of those players, and he's not afraid to address the coaches and make those adjustments when they make those adjustments here. So they're up to number 4. They went from a team that not sure what's going to happen to them to back to looking like better than the team than they had last year because they're healthy on the defensive side. So they're number 4. Rams number 5. Detroit Lions number 4 in my Power 5. Number 3, still think this is a strong team. They did have a hiccup against the Cleveland Browns. Listen, the Cleveland Browns beat the 49ers on their Super Bowl here a couple of years ago. They beat the Ravens last year. The Browns can beat people every now and then. They got – you go up there to Cleveland particularly late in the year. But this particular game was good weather. You know, they're good up front, man. I talked about Mason Graham, and we know about Myles Garrett, and know about the back end with Denzel Ward. Green Bay got caught slipping. They were looking ahead. They had a 10-point lead early in that game, and a little sleep at the wheel. They've had some injuries on their offensive line. We know about the receiver injuries, but they're going to be amped up. They play well this week. They will stomp Dallas in the ground. I still got them at number 3. I think that they're going to be healthy. That defense is going to be rolling. Even though they lost, I still got them 3 on the power on my Power 5. Okay, even at 2-1, I got them over a team like a banged up 49ers and like a banged up Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm still not quite sure about the Colts here, but I may talk about them a little bit tomorrow. Anyways, okay. So number 2 is Philadelphia. Now they failed to 2 for listen. The Eagles. A lot of people are not talking about the Eagles now. Yeah, hey, great second half, 100 yards receiving for AJ Brown last week, and I said he'll have a breakout game. I said he'll score about 30 points. They had 33. I said it'd be 30-27. It's 33-26. Pretty close to that game, right? Well, AJ Brown did do that, but they are getting off the slow starts. They could still lose to Tampa next week. That may be one of our top 5 we'll talk about, but they're 26th in yards in offense. So they're towards the bottom of the league in offensive efficiency. They're just a sluggish team. They don't know if they want to be a running team or a more of a balanced passing attack. They're going to stick with that power running game. But this coordinator is not quite as good as the other coordinator there. We saw this when they're changing coordinators. They've had this last time they was in the midst of a coordinator change. They went out in the first round of the playoffs. That they lost the 4 or 5 last games, and they almost Sirianni almost got fired. Of course, they came back and won the Super Bowl last year. So they fell down in my rankings to number 2, and they can get back up to number 1 if they get it back together offensively. But I've got them at number 2 as of now in my Power 5. And number 1, the Buffalo Bills. I mean, best in yards, best offense in the NFL and in yards per game, 4th in points in the NFL, also 3rd in turnovers for defensive side. They're top 10 in defense and yards allowed. There's still room for improvement. They still got Joey Bosa on that team, Ed Oliver. I think some guys have been banged up on the defensive side. They had some players step in. I think they're going to get better. I think a lot of these teams are going to get better, okay? So let's go back over the Power 5 again. Number 1, I think Buffalo's the number 1 team right now. Number 2 is the Philadelphia Eagles. Knocked them down to 2 because they're 26th in yards. But, hey, the champs, they're playing great and everywhere else. The defensive line, back half, the corners, pretty good. Anyways, number 3, Green Bay. Defense still playing pretty well. I still think they're an explosive team. Still like their resume up to this point. I think they'll bounce back. And number 4, that's number 3. Number 4, Detroit. Like I said, love what they did. 90 points last 2 games. Number 5, love what the LA Rams are doing. They can beat anybody out there. Okay? So that's my Power 5. I know it's a little controversial because some of them